Hey, happy Friday, business sales and networking group. Wonderful to see you today. We made it to the finish line. If Friday is your finish line, which it is for most people, we made it. Today is the day. If you're hustling through the weekend, let's suit up and let's go do it. Good morning, Ben. How you doing, buddy? Welcome and thank you for joining us at BSN Live with Ben and Matty. We're talking all things business, sales, and networking. Come and join our conversation. Subject is success and all that isn't what it's all cracked up to be in some cases. Some people can't manage it, want it, or anything to that effect, or they just want to live their life without the baggage of that, what with that celebrity or that status, I guess.
Yeah, that status, the fame, or I would say the pressure, the pressure, right? The momentum, and it happens in sales too. It's happened to me where all of a sudden I was really, really busy, and I have clients and I have people calling me every single day asking for, and you're just like, wow, you just don't have time, and you I would say you would get almost like I wouldn't say like a burnout, but it is. I don't know. You just need a break. You just need a break from. You need an escape, and you can't escape. And maybe that's what happens to these people. I can't. But there's no way to escape that. Escape that and say, hey, I need to turn off my phone. It's like consistently people, no matter where they go, they're gonna find you. I can understand that. I mean, that's why sometimes I have to leave I've left my work phone now is at work, and I don't bring it with me unless there's some reasons to bring it for. But
it's a good way to have those boundaries, and boundaries is something I've been working on. That was one thing I wanted to carry on, excuse me, into this year, was those boundaries, was family time, dedicating a fair amount of time. And I went through a mastermind this summer, and it was very clarifying on understanding managing your relationship, your what is it, your help me out here, the connection with business and my personal time, right? And it's just never going to be even. You try to do even, and it's just never going to work because you need that intense focus. There are the times that I'm going to miss an event on Saturdays or Sundays or whatever, because those are good days for me to work, and I have to focus that. But I know that I'm working on this year, setting those time periods aside to be hyper focused on my family, on recreation. I didn't golf as much last year as I really wanted to, because I was struggling, man. I was trying to do all these things, trying to grow my business and everything. Man, it was tough, man. I look back on last year, there was a lot going on, but that's something I'm really working on is taking our calendars and marking out those times. And then that way my family will understand when I'm hyper focused and not when the scales aren't balanced the right way.
Yeah. Totally agree with you on that. That's something where, that balance is very important. Your work, right?
Thank you.
You're no, I totally agree with you. We've all been there. I think a lot of us in the group are experiencing that. Some of our speakers may be experiencing that. Some of our moderators may be experiencing that. And we've had this communication with them is like, hey, you know what? Like when they say, oh, so sorry guys, we're busy. Like, don't be sorry. You guys are if you're running your business and you're making money, and you're out there doing, and you can't jump on, like, it's not an everyday thing. Our thing is an everyday thing. Matt and we said, okay, our thing is an everyday thing, right? But a lot of our speakers, certain speakers, they have a business they run, they have a family, they have to find their time, and we just said we're helping them. I would say get focused, or maybe what I would say work another tool, like it's another workout, right? Like for example, going to the gym. You can't be at the gym 5-7 days a week, but you definitely should come 2 to 3 times a week at least. And when you're there, you're doing it properly, rather than just kind of the workout, where you're just kind of like pump, you see the guy with the arm doing the curls like this, and he's like, but if you're on here with us, okay, great. You have a great, you have a platform you can come talk and get some engagement, meet people. and get something out of it, right? And that's what I think that's the reason why we have BSN is you're when you come into the group and you share who you are and you come into BS, you're gonna get some reactions and some positive reactions, right?
Absolutely, and it's okay. This is a proving ground. This is a way for us to connect and improve, and what is iron sharpens iron kind of an idea. People that are struggling. I know I struggle, and I bounce my ideas off you. We've connected so deeply now, that you're my guy I go to when I help with, and we see other network, and that's what it's about: networking and connecting with people, so we can elevate it and help each other's business grow by shouting each other's names out, because that's more powerful than anything else, and that helps each other, and it's just a culture, and within it creates a momentum.
Yeah, and we're going back to like your family, you're going back to your personal life, and some of you may say, okay, I'm going to come in and do this, and you might get frustrated. You're going to get frustrated, right? And we talk about balancing our family time, and one of the things that I'm going to tell you right now is how Matt and I always talk about like mindset, and we talk about why we sometimes we get into this whole like mindset. And what is mindset? It's rewiring your brain to think a certain way, and not even think a certain way, but act a certain way. And there's many times and then when you act, it's called, you make a decision or a choice, right? And when it comes to your family, when it comes to your spouse, right? Certain things may happen where your wife may say something to you, your children may say something to you, a coworker or a friend around you, and you may react in a way where, because of your frustration or because of what's happening in your business or your venture or whatever you're trying to do, because there is that time frame where you're just kind of like, there's always going to be a struggle, right? I don't think there's anyone that's ever said, oh, everything would happen 100% cool. Like, I don't think it's ever happened, right? Every story is just like, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. The struggle. I got haters. I got people coming at me, or this business thing had failed. I just lost a couple $100 here, and we all go through that. Now, when that happens, it's how you react and I know, for example, if I didn't have the people around me, the group support, going into these masterminds, going into these trainings, and all of a sudden when my wife was upset about, she would say something to me or something would happen, I would avoid less arguing, right? Like less likely to say something negative back, spiteful. Maybe my children, I'm more observant of my kids now. We're like, like spending time, we talk about spending. So these are the things that we're learning, we're sharing with you guys and say, hey, you know what? Maybe it's not good to go that way. And we're learning. And as we learn and we go through these masterminds, these trainings, we love to share that information. So the people behind us or people around us can say, you know what? Okay. I won't get into an argument with my boss or my coworker or my family members. And it's better just to kind of, react a different way, because our reaction is how, I don't know. You don't want to be burning too many bridges.
Well, and you know what? You can only control you. Those are the only things you can control. Yeah. And that's something that I'm learning. That's something I focused on, and that's stoicism, mindset. I just finally bought The Daily Stoic, which is a book that I've been recommended to read many times. So I'm trying to digest that on Audible daily. Again, it's daily Audible, so I'm going to take it every day. But knowing that you can only control you, now it's kind of a freeing idea, because now whatever anybody else throws at you, now you get to decide how you react to it. It's not yours. It's not attached to you. And I think that's very powerful. And I'm definitely something I'm practicing.
Yeah. One little thing that I've been working on, and I keep forgetting, is the well, I'm not forgetting. I was consistent with it, but it just got caught up in a couple days ago. Was the every day writing 5 things that you appreciate. You know, like things that you're grateful for. And here, this is so crazy, but the minute, you know, it's always the same answer, almost the same answer, right? I'll tell you my answers. It's like, I'm grateful for my family, right? I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for my home. And then maybe sometimes I'll throw in, I'm grateful for my mom, or I'm grateful for God, or, you know, something like that, you know, it's the same thing. But if I'm consistent, it's funny, but I'm consistently writing those at night. I write those down and then I keep it. And then you start to really, I noticed this. I forget how many days I think I've been like on a 15-day streak. I forgot. I'll come back to. I'll talk about it later. But anyways, I was on a streak writing this down for a while, and I noticed all of a sudden I was a little bit more thoughtful with, like, you know, with my kids. You know, my daughter, my little one, wanted to sit down with me and have a cup of hot chocolate. I said she wanted to play games. You know, my wife wanted to talk to me. I said, okay, let's talk. Like, like, okay, let's talk.
Buckle up, let's go.
Listen, I'm like, okay, you know, and I said, and then I got home from work and I said, okay, I'm gonna put the phone down and or, you know, whatever, and then just put it away and then sit down and have dinner and talk to them, you know. And nothing, it's not like we do that, but the thing is, being conscious of it and really thinking about that and knowing that you actually did it. They don't know that you're doing that, but you're doing it, and it's like the energy changes in a different way. It's very interesting, but that's just what I've been going through the past couple of weeks, right? Trying to be more grateful.
Appreciative.
Yeah. And I'm working on it. I am.
No, I'm with you, man. I mean, I take my wife for granted sometimes, you know. My wife is the bomb. I love my wife. I'm just absolutely head over heels in love with her. She runs this household. She does such a good job. She cooks, she cleans, she does, you know, she organizes, she pays the bills, she's the backbone of this whole thing. You know, this whole ship that we have going on, right? And, you know, there's days that unfortunately I take it for granted because I know she's always there. But last night we're driving to Sam's Club and go do some shopping. And, you know, she was talking and we're talking to our son, and my wife's like, yeah, you know, your father's the backbone of this family. And I had to stop her. I said, stop. You are the backbone of this family. This is everything you do. And we are a team. But I can recognize that she's the backbone. You know what I mean? Right. I get to appreciate and support and really support her, you know, and I get to do that more. Like her.
If you guys write gratitude, guys, on the bottom, or write hashtag thankful, be thank. It's not just a Thanksgiving thing. I think as we enter, and we get into this world of mindset, and you start going into, like, you know, all these gurus and entrepreneurs, and the first thing they say is gratitude. They'll talk about gratitude, being thankful, and there is a reason why you do have to have that certain type of mindset, is because if you don't have gratitude in your heart, or gratitude in your mind, or just thankful for the things, for the every little day things, you start getting pessimistic. You become short. You will be a short fused person. You will be negative, and that energy, people don't want to be around that. It's you know, if you're just and maybe I'm not trying to be. I'm not going to be judging people, but if you see people out there that are like pissed off consistently, or they have a negative attitude, or they're out there trolling people, or just, you know, just kind of they're negative. I don't think those people really have a lot of gratitude in their lives. So that's just, if you can agree or disagree on that. I don't know, but that's my opinion on that.
You know, it's a set of lenses that I don't look through. You know, I don't. Maybe it's to my detriment, but I try and look at the best things in a situation. I try and be positive. I do try and let go of the negative stuff to focus on the positive. So I don't know how that looks. You know what I mean? And that's got to be rough, you know, to always be so snappy and to so be tightly wound. I know my wife gets that way with stressful, and I know I do as well, but that's a different story. I don't know
Sure.
why. I was just thinking about her too, but you know, we all get that way with work. But if your whole life is that way, man, you got a problem.
Yeah. And if you are in sales and business, you're going to come across those people. Those people come in every single day. I mean, probably a handful of people a week that I'll deal with people that are short fused.
Difficult, right out.
Yeah, we call them difficult people. They're challenging. Soul sucker. We've gone through soul sucker.
I had one. Remember, what was it, a week or two ago? She's wanting to buy a home. She's calling me up. She's saying, Matthew, I'm difficult. No realtors want to deal with me, but this is what I want to do. I said, okay, well, let's start from square one. I don't know about anybody else, but let's try and work together. I know I'm easy, but let's do this. And I ended up firing her the next day because, I mean, she knows she's difficult. Well, if you're that difficult, who wants to deal with you? I can spend all, like you said, soul sucker, I can spend all my time, my effort, my money, you know, working with you as a client because I don't get paid until a transaction is fulfilled. You know, I have a lot of risk out there, you know, so I'm gonna deal with that. No, I'd rather cut ties and go focus on people that I can actually help that appreciate what I'm doing for them without the difficulty.
Yeah, I had a client of mine. She was, I mean, really just draining me, right? Really draining me. Text, you know, all week long. But she was very nice. You know, we got on the phone, and it's not the fact that she was like, she's just that person that wants, how do you say? She just wants to keep tabs. I don't know. Like, why are you calling me? Is it like, you know, it's coming on Wednesday. She's calling me on Tuesday. You know, like I told you 3 times already that, you know,
it'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah. But it's okay, you know what? And it's okay to deal with those people. We want those people because those people are calling you. They're, you know, and then I got on the phone and just kind of find, you know, hey, you know, she was so nice, so sweet, very kind, and I was happy, you know. I was like, hey, and you know what I said? Hey, I appreciate you calling me and texting me and keeping tabs with me because that's okay.
The only way you can do it, but
and I think that's okay. And here's. There's like a little nugget, and if you have someone that's cool and that's nice, but they're texting you and they're calling you and they just want information, let them know. Say, hey, thanks for reaching out to me. I appreciate you because those are keeping you on your toes, right? Versus getting like a dirty message and, you know, like, you know, and that's gonna change their they're like, oh, you know what, and they're gonna say, oh wow, appreciate, you know, and they're gonna be a little bit nicer because you told them thank you. They're gonna not many people are told thank you for that kind of action, and it's almost like I would say like a reverse psychology thing on them, right? You know,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like a reverse psychology. Hey, you know what? I appreciate you following up with me. I thank you so much. I've been busy, so you know, don't ever always feel free to call me or text me. If you know, like, oh, really? Oh, okay, great. You know, now.
But you're still putting it, hey, I got this.
Yeah, you got, you know, thank you. And they're like, they feel like, oh, yeah, great. You know, I'm like, they're part of your team now. You know, they're like, you're on my team, but I'm making money off you. So thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation here at BSN Live with Ben and Matty. We'll see you again next week. And as always, remember, slay the day, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.